So going back to more functionality, let's start doing a little bit more comparison data. So 3D Experience and PDM Standard, let's talk about some of their similarities. What I want to make sure that you realize here is that even 3D Experience, these are both secured environments with ITAR compliancy. 3D Experience has an option that you can restrict the data to US-based servers. Both are going to use one workflow. You can customize user permissions. You have the ability to reserve and unreserve files through lock, unlock, check-in, and check-out. Both are going to utilize custom property from SOLIDWORKS files. You have full revision control, a convenient SOLIDWORKS add-in, and it runs off of a standard local caching system. So you're working locally most of the time and then simply updating your changes to the server. Now there are some key differentiators between these two as well. And the first two is really the platform and the operating system. 3D Experience being cloud-based means that you don't have an operating system restriction. You're going to access it through a web browser, and you can do that through a phone, a tablet, a Mac, it doesn't matter. PDM Standard is an on-premise solution. We have to install software, and that's going to be limited to the Windows operating system. As previously mentioned, 3D Experience is out of the box. There's very little setup, very little customization that is required to get that going. PDM Standard, we do recommend some type of implementation with that because when it installs, it is either blank or so generic that you have to customize it anyway. 3D Experience uses a named user license scheme. All that means is that the license is attached to your login credentials, and then that license follows you wherever you're logged in. PDM Standard uses a traditional network floating license, just meaning that the licenses are on a pool, on a server, and users borrow and return those licenses as needed. Now, data space, there's 25 gigabytes per user with 3D Experience. Really, all that means is the more people you have using your 3D Experience tenant, the more space you get. If you have 2 users, you get 50 gigabytes. You have 3 users, you get 75. PDM, you're not limited on a software level. You're going to be limited on how big your hard drive is or how much space you physically have available. Now, both are going to use workflows. They're going to have one workflow to manage your data. 3D Experience uses 5 workflow states. You don't get 4, you don't get 3, you don't get 6, you get 5, and you're limited within that 5. PDM Standards is a little bit more fluid. You can customize your workflow to be any number of states between 1 and 10. So you have a bit more flexibility in how that data is managed. Both are revision controlled, although PDM Standard handles the incremental versions. There is customizations available in both environments. 3D Experience is customized more on the user interface level. PDM Standard is customized more on the data management portion. And of course, they are both scalable, as previously mentioned. So some questions to consider between these two. Does your company have any security restrictions that prevent cloud utilization? If you work with government, or you work with firearms, or you have ITAR compliancy, the answer may definitely be that yes, you have security restrictions that you couldn't use that type of an environment. That may be the answer to your question on which software to use. Another question is, my company doesn't have an on-premise server. Is 3D Experience my only option? The answer is no. If you feel that PDM is a better fit for where your company is heading in the future, then it might also be worth considering an MLC dedicated server offering where MLC spins up your remote server. We manage it, we manage the security, we manage the operating system, we manage PDM on it, and we can also do an upgrade. So you offload the entire server onto MLC's team. And then you would access PDM through a VPN. Can I start with 3D Experience and migrate into PDM later or vice versa? I did mention that previously, but in general, the answer is no. We don't consider those two softwares to be compatible with each other, and there is not a well-tested, documented way to move files between those two systems as of this webinar.